The NFL draft kicks off tonight, and it ain't just for the football fans. You sports bettors can bet on every pick through all 7 rounds. And since the first round goes down tonight, let's talk draft odds with New York Post betting analyst Erich Richter. Eric, man, I see you, man. Got 2 buttons undone, man. You ready for the draft tonight, baby? Got your draft suit on. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm ready to let loose. I'm ready for Drake May to be a Giant. That'd be nice.
Oh,
That'd be nice.
man.
We can't bet on that, unfortunately.
You
But
can't bet on that one?
no, that one they don't want to take any action on Drake May today. It's interesting. They are unsure what's happening with Drake May. The odds makers have no idea.
They're taking the PC approach on that one. But you didn't take the PC approach with these ones. The first one you got for me was the Bengals draft a wideout. Are we seeing the end of the days for T. Higgins? Explain that bet for us. Break that down.
Yeah, for sure. So, their over-under on wide receivers drafted is 4.5. So you're expecting, potentially 5 receivers drafted in the first round here. When you look at it, you're in that mid-range. And at that point, you're really looking at offensive line, defensive line, and receiver. Those are going to be the majority of the picks between 10 and 32. So when I look at the Cincinnati Bengals, of course, there's always going to be need on the offensive line. The Bengals offensive line is actually kind of sneaky good at this point. Yeah. For me, I think that there's a bunch of good wide receivers this draft. I don't know which receiver it's going to be, right? And, I put out my mock draft. I have no idea which receiver it's going to be. I put Adonai Mitchell because I really liked him out of Texas. I thought he was, really sneaky talented and bigger guy. But for me, I'm looking at just any wide receiver at plus 650. I think is phenomenal odds. I just think T. Higgins is on his way out the door, and it seems like, he requested a trade. Who knows? He could get traded tonight. We have no idea.
Yep. And that's the thing about the draft. Anything can happen. They lost Taj Boyd as well. You got to get Burrow weapons, and that's exactly what I feel like they're going to do, especially with Jamar Chase on commanding 2-3 defenders on that outside. The over-under 4.5 quarterbacks taken in the first round. There's a lot of people licking their chops on this one. Break this one down for us.
Dude, they have the quarterback line for this prop has jumped up. It was actually plus 200 a couple days ago, and it's jumped up to plus 350. A lot of it comes from, there's 3 mock drafters in here that are really big time. Now, I have my own mock draft, but I'm not doing any player analysis. I'm just doing what the experts are saying, kind of aggregating them all together and forming my bets. So when I look at it, I see that they have Michael Penix Jr. and they have Bo Nix taken in the first round. But dude, we have seen this song and dance before with the teams playing coy. They love this quarterback, love that quarterback. This guy's a franchise guy. Remember, Will Levis supposed to be the second overall pick. He was minus 10,000 to be the second overall pick. His over-under was 3.5 on draft day, and he ended up falling to the second round. Bo Nix and Michael Penix Jr., I don't doubt that they're talented, but they're definitely flawed in a lot of areas, and they are way old. I am selling 4 or 5 quarterbacks drafted here in the first round. I don't see a world where that happens. And I think that plus 350 is one of the craziest bets I've seen in the NFL draft in a while.
Well, one quarterback that everybody's been talking about for weeks now, J.J. McCarthy. You've got the J.J. McCarthy over 5.5 draft slot. The Giants are sitting at 6. So a lot of Giants fans are going to be listening in to this very answer right here. The floor is yours, sir.
Is J.J. McCarthy going to MetLife? I mean, he might be. I would take him. I have no problem with it. I'm personally a Drake May guy, right? And we'll just start there. I would love to see a Giants move up to 3, and then the Patriots go to 6, and then they take McCarthy, get a little extra draft capital. I think that makes the most sense for me. I don't see that the J.J. McCarthy at 3 slot, right? So then you have 3 quarterbacks in the top 3 picks. We're assuming Jaden Daniels is 2. And then what? So you have the Cardinals at 4. Are they really going to trade back? They'll lose, Marvin Harrison Jr. We don't love that. So then you really just play the game here, and maybe the Chargers could trade out at 5. But for me, I'm taking J.J. McCarthy over 5.5. It's plus 150. All of these are plus money bets, and I think that they're all really good value. I think J.J. McCarthy is a talented guy, but my comp for him was Brock Purdy. So for me, I'm looking at J.J. McCarthy 6, and maybe he could fall as far as 11 to the Minnesota Vikings. So for me, I have, him going over 6. Maybe 6 is probably the spot, right? I think that hook is very important.
It's going to be crazy tonight when someone boos a pick, and you're like, oh, you don't like that guy? It's just like, no, man, I bet the over. You know what I'm saying? Like the way betting has come into it, now you can bet on drafting as well. So, Eric, thanks for jumping on with this, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man.